Hey everyone, today we are doing a foundation review of the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Matte Foundation. If you would like to see how this foundation wears throughout the day, some check-ins, keep on watching. Hey everyone, today we are going to be doing a foundation review of the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Matte Foundation. I'm really excited to try this. The claims for this foundation are full coverage. Apply product with a wet beauty sponge or synthetic makeup brush with a sweeping and buffing motion all over the face. So that's what it says on the bottle here. I am using the shade Vienna 700 today. I will insert some more information about what this foundation claims. We will talk about that once I have my full face on before we start the review. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my skin using my favorite Milk Hydro Grip. Make sure that's on. And just like both other reviews that I've done for foundation, we're going to start by doing half with a brush and half with a beauty sponge, and then see where the coverage stands. And then if we need to add more or use a different tool on the other side to make it even, we will. I like that the component is like a little squeezy too. We're going to do on the right side with the sponge. Alright, so that is the side with the sponge, and I got pretty good coverage using the sponge. You know, my redness isn't really peeking through, and everything is looking really covered. Now the other side with a brush. So again, I feel like for this foundation, I did get more fuller coverage using the brush. However, the side that I used the sponge with looks a little bit more natural. So now I'm going to go over this side with a sponge to kind of smooth things out. And then I'm just going to build up the coverage a little bit on this side since the brush side provided a little bit more coverage. But I'm going to smooth everything out with the sponge since that gave the skin a more natural looking full coverage appearance. Just building it up a little bit here on my cheek so that it's even with this side. All right, so here is the face with just foundation. I'm going to apply concealer. Today I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Fair Warm. Set this foundation with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in Translucent. I'm going to set my under eyes with the Covergirl Advanced Radiance Powder. So now the base is done. I am going to put on the rest of my makeup, and then we will be back to read the rest of the claims for this foundation, and we will start our check-ins. We are back and the face is finished. For eyes, I used this Milani Gilded Noir palette. For bronzer, I used the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. Blush, I used this e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in Always Rosy. For the lips, I used the e.l.f. Tinted Lip Oil in the shade Nude Kiss. For setting spray, I used the Milani Make It Last. Mascara, I use the L'Oreal Bambi Eye, and I use the Ardell Demi Wispy Eyelashes. For my brows, I also used this Rimmel Brow This Way brow powder and sculpting kit. I think that is all for the face, all the products that I used. So let's go over the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation. So for the claims of this foundation, on the bottle, as I stated earlier, it says full coverage, and I used the shade 700 Vienna. So on their website and on Ulta's website, these are the claims that this foundation is saying that it does. All right, so the claims for this foundation is a flawless foundation with full coverage, lightweight, lasting coverage for all day wearability, velvety finish, never looks cakey, with a natural soft matte finish once applied. 42 shades and suitable for all skin types. So this foundation retails for $20 at Ulta. And let's take a look at the skin. So far for the claims of it being full coverage, I agree with that statement. I think it covered up all of my redness, and it covered up any discoloration on my face. For a natural soft matte finish, I agree with that statement. It did make my skin look pretty natural, especially when I used it with the sponge. That really gave it that full coverage natural effect. Now, as for the claims of looking cakey, right now, I don't think it looks cakey. We will have to see how it wears throughout the day. And throughout the day, the things that I'm looking for is 1, the cakey, 2, making sure nothing is settling in my fine lines, and transfer. So right now, no foundation came off on my hand. It is a little tacky still, but I tend to find that as the day goes on, it tends to set down on its own and it's not so tacky by the end of the day. So we are going to see how things look throughout the day, you know, looking through my T-zone, making sure there's no settling into the fine lines, especially around my nose. No breaking apart or bunching up. So far, I think my skin looks pretty good. I'm liking the base, and we will check in throughout the day to see how things are wearing on. The foundation check-in time for when I finished my base was at 9:45 this morning. So our first check-in will be around 2 o'clock. Check-in number 1, we're going to take a look at the face. All right, so far things are not looking very good. Well, not too bad, but we're about 4 hours in and I'm already starting to notice my oils are coming through here in my T-zone and on my cheeks, and it's looking a little bit cakey. There is some transfer on my nose and a little bit on my chin. No settling into lines, but at the moment, my oils are already coming through. So if they're coming through now, who knows what this is gonna look like in another 4 hours. So it's not bad. It doesn't look too bad. I'm just looking a little shiny. But overall, besides that, it looks okay. So we will check back in another 4 hours, which will be the 8-hour mark, and we'll see how things are looking then. All right, so here we are at the 8-hour mark. I'm gonna zoom in a little so clearly we can see my oils are coming through a lot with this foundation. Through my nose, my chin, and my T-zone on my chin. It's just really, really shiny. Some settling into the fine lines here, some transfer here and down here. So I think, you know, needless to say, this is not looking so hot on me, you know, at this 8-hour time frame. So I am going to try this foundation with a matte primer underneath to see if that would make a difference. But at this moment, I'm not very happy. So I will insert a clip from another day of me trying this with a matte primer to see if the foundation wears any different. Thanks so much. Hey everyone, so today I tried the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation again, this time using a matte primer underneath, and I'm sad to say that I had the same problems as I had with the original review. My oils are still coming through and there is a lot of transfer, and this foundation just isn't looking so hot on me. So I feel like this foundation would be better for someone suited with more dry skin. I feel like for those people that this foundation would work for them. But for us oily girls, super oily girls, I'd say that this isn't the one for us. So I hope you all learned something and got something from this video, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I hope you learned something new and maybe found your new foundation to try. I would love it if you would like and subscribe to this channel. Feel free to comment down below. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye!